then drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?
Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl Niqueypooh, and I am back with another video. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing another story time about the first time I found out my ex was cheating on me in our 2-year relationship. And I'm not gonna lie, this happened a good 3 or 4 times, so there's gonna be more than one part to this. I'm sorry I gotta wait for part 1, part 2, and part 3. It's worth it, I promise. And I don't have any receipts for this because it was so long ago. This was back in 2021. And I tried looking for them. I scrolled all the way down through my messages and my Instagram to see if I could find them, but I couldn't. So we're just gonna have to stick to what I remember. So basically how this all started was I responded to this guy's Instagram post and put heart eyes. We're gonna name him Liar because that's what he is and that's what he's always been. Y'all might have a lisp, so stick with me because I got my braces on and I have these rubber bands wiring my mouth shut, so I can barely open my mouth. So I commented under Liar's post on his story, and it was a shout out for shout out, so we shouted each other out, and I put heart eyes under his story. So after that we get to talking, and mind you, I'm a shy person, so I don't really like getting on FaceTime or anything like that. He asked for my number. We were texting on iMessage, and at one point we ended up FaceTiming, and it was awkward because I was nervous and shy and I don't know what to talk about. To this day, I don't know what to talk about. Oh, there we go. My camera was dirty. Yeah. So we ended up FaceTime and it was awkward. And that was that. Then we arranged a date to meet up. Mind you, he didn't have a car, his mom didn't have a car. The only people that had a car was his aunties, uncles, and his grandma. So my mom had to take us because I think I was 15 and I was waiting to get my license. So yeah. So my mom ended up picking us up that night and we went to Easton, which is a mall where I stay at. And we were just walking around Easton. We were gonna see a movie, but I'm pretty sure it was closed because it was like late at night. It was 6 o'clock, and this was around the time when the vid was out. So there was stores was closing at 6 o'clock, so we couldn't really do nothing but walk around in the stores. So off jump, this was like not even a week until us like messaging on Instagram and stuff like that. And at this point, I think we're dating. I don't know. It was so long ago. I don't know. So at that point, I think we were dating, and off jump, he just rushed things. Like I said, I'm a shy person, and I'm a person that stays to myself and is really not into like touching butts and kissing on the first date. That's just how I was because I didn't really have boyfriends all like that. Like, I never talked to anybody because I don't know how many times I gotta say it. I'm a shy person. I never really talked to nobody. Mind you, I didn't barely know him. We talked and we got to know each other a little bit, but I still don't know you. It's only been like 6 days, 5-6 days. So he tries to kiss me. I'll push back. I felt bad because I was like, oh, you wanted to kiss, but I don't do that. No. So I pushed back from him and I was like, nah. And then that was that. So he put his hand on my rear end. And not gonna lie, I was a little uncomfortable because like I said, I don't like when people touch me. Unless I know you, I don't want you touching me. So he put his hand on my butt. I just let it slide because I didn't give him a kiss. So, I mean, I guess that's the next best thing. Whatever. So, that was that. That was first date. Nothing really exciting happened. But I was just explaining that because he rushed a lot of things. And that was one of them in my eyes. So, that's how we met. And that was our first date and everything. Then about 8 months go by. Nope, it was a year. After a year goes by, we celebrate Valentine's Day. We celebrate our 1 year anniversary, blase, blase. And towards the end of the school year, I was in my junior year. And I get this message. I'm just waking up from school. This was like, she sent the message last night, like the night before. So I wake up, I get this text message saying, hey, I need to talk to you, but I can't text you on IG. Can I have your number? So, off rip, I'm already like, I already know what this is about. Because he already gave off vibes like cheater vibes, because before we started dating and everything, he would be posting females on his Instagram. It was shout out for shout out, but I mean, it's still like, but posting females, then I would hear about him, but like I would be like, he's not gonna do that to me. He's not gonna do that to me because I'm a nice person. But, and that goes to say, just because you're a nice person does not mean that people won't cheat on you. Just because you do them good doesn't mean they won't do you bad. Like, please keep that in mind, because I'm not trying to ruin nobody's relationship, nobody's day, but like, that's something that you need to keep in mind, because I don't want you to get hurt like I did. Okay? So she says that, and I'm like, I'm already knowing what this is about. So I asked her, I said, is this about liar? She says, yes. I give her my number. Obviously, she knows that he has my password of some sort. So, no, she gave me her number. Yes, because I texted her and I said, hey, so what do you need to talk to me about? And I already know what it was about. But that's besides the point. I asked her, what do you need to talk to me about? And when I tell you, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning when I texted her that. And then I got to school, and it took her like 3 hours to respond to me. I'm anxious. My heart's racing. I'm in my head. Like, I'm an overthinker, so I was in my head the whole time. So she responds and is like, you're Liar's girlfriend, right? I say, yeah. And she was like apologizing to me and saying like, I'm sorry because he was texting me and sending me inappropriate messages. So when she sends that, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, at this point, I'm heated. My blood's boiling. I'm so upset. And I refrain from texting him because I know I'm going to say something. So, mind y'all, I'm not mad at the girl because, for one, she didn't know until after the fact. And I was texting her and she was really sweet. And, like, I'm not going off on her or nothing like that, because it's like, she came to me with this information and told me about it. So at least she was generous enough to tell me and apologize. And then she even told me, like, she sent me this long paragraph saying, like, you don't deserve that and blah, blah, blah. And then she told me to have a good day. So I told her to enjoy her day. And yeah, but it was like, it was nothing like big. Like, I was getting mad at her or nothing, because what am I getting mad at her for? She's just a messenger. She gets to sending me receipts. Like, she's sending me screenshots of messages that he's sending her. And he's talking about, hey, beautiful, and you look good at school today. Mind you, he should have been graduated. That's how much of a bum he was. He should have been graduated. But he got held back. And I stayed with him through his graduation. He still did me dirty. Like, come on now. Like, he got held back and had to graduate the following year. Like, BFFR. Seriously. So, he was texting her saying, you look good at school today. Blase, blase. And then said, so when you gonna let me come over? He said something along the lines of that. He's talking about, when are you gonna let me come over? And when am I gonna be able to see you outside of school? And she's responded to him like, I don't remember what she was saying because I wasn't focused on what she was saying. I was focused on what he was saying and like the shit he was saying. What she said was besides the point because I don't know the girl. She don't know me. But he knows me because we've been dating for over a year. This was happening before Valentine's Day and on Valentine's Day. Like, receipts were going back February 5th, February 14th. Like, but, and it was happening before then. And like, I don't even know, like, he could have been texting other girls before then and I wouldn't have known. He was just saying, I want to come over. When can I see you? Blase, blase. Type of stuff like that. So I'm sitting here heated. I'm in cosmetology class in the bathroom, crying my eyes out and just sick as fuck. I was so sick. But so then he's texting me at this point and I'm keeping it cool because I'm like, he don't know that I know. So we just gonna keep it cool until I figure out what I'm gonna say to this dude. So then it gets to about lunchtime while I'm at school. And I'm crying. I'm in the bathroom. I'm walking around the school. I'm not sitting in the lunchroom. I'm crying. Just everywhere but where I'm supposed to be. So I text my friend and I asked her, can you take me to dude's house because I just got receipts proving that he's getting ready to cheat on me. So I asked her, can she take me to his house? And she, of course, she said yes because that's my friend. That was one of my closest friends at the time. And I didn't have a car because I was 15 and I was waiting to get my car. So she takes me, I'm crying, I'm telling her what happened, I'm showing her the messages, and I don't remember what she said because, again, it was so long ago. But that's neither here nor there. We get to his house, I knock on the door, I say, hey, can you come out for a little bit? And he comes out the house, and I tell him, come sit in the car with me. And so I'm walking to the car. He's walking to the car. And mind you, I literally just got this man's ears pierced. And just because he got his ears pierced, he think he the shit now and he could go. No. Like, but, so we got into the car. I'm sitting there looking at him. I could look into his eyes and I could see like his energy is off and he knows what's up. So I hand him the phone and I say, what's this? And he starts reading and he's like, I don't know her. But that's your number, right? That's your number? But you don't know her? And then he tries to blame it on the fact that his friend had his phone and he was texting her off the... I'm like, do you really take me as a joke? Do you think I'm stupid? Like, do you really, like, are you really that slow? Come on. So he's denying. I'm like, I have receipts right here. And at this point, I'm yelling. Like, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Like, why would you do this to me after everything I've done for you? You got your ears pierced now you think you the shit. That's what I told him. He's quiet. just listening to it because he know what he did was wrong. So he's quiet. And I'm just yelling. And I'm apologizing to my friend because I don't want her to have to hear me screaming at the top of my lungs, crying and stuff like that. So I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. He's listening. I don't even know if he was listening or not, but he's just sitting there quiet, no emotion. Like, come on. So, and then I told him, I'm done with you. I'm breaking up with you. I don't want to talk to you ever again. I don't want you in my life. And according to what I said earlier, y'all know that's not true. I stayed with the man until fucking a year later, and that still kept happening. I told him I don't want to be with him no more, blase. And he's like, no, please, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember what he was saying because I wasn't listening to him, because I was like, you want me to say sorry to you? You want me to feel bad for you? You want me to comfort you after these messages I'm seeing? You don't even say that stuff. That's another thing. That's another thing. He doesn't even say that stuff to me. He didn't say that stuff to me, but he said it to her. That's the other thing that was making me mad, was that he was saying that stuff to her, but didn't say it to me. Like, BFFR, come on. So I say that to him. He's please, like on his hands and knees, please. No. So I wasn't taking that. I wasn't going for that at the time. And so I'm like, get out. Get out. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, get out. Like, this is not even my car. I'm telling my friend, like, tell him to get out. Like, tell him to get out of your car. This is your car. Please tell him to get out because I don't want nothing to do with you. So she's telling him to get out of her car. And so he got out. He gets out and slams the door. You're mad? You're mad. Okay. Bet. After he slams the door, he proceeds to walk around the car and punch her car. I get out the car. I'm like, what the is your problem? Like, why are you hitting my friend's car like that? This is not your car. This is not my car. You don't hit people's car like that. Like, I have to treat him like he's a kid. Like, you're 17 years old. You should know how to act by now. Like, stop. So I'm yelling at him like I'm his mom or something. And his mom don't be doing nothing about him. That's why he act like that. Because his mom don't. Man, I'm not even going to get into that. But he goes in the house and slams the door. Like he almost broke the door. And I'm sitting here crying, hugging my friend. I'm like, why would he do this to me? Why would he do it? So I just tell her, keep taking me home. I'll give you gas money. Just take me home. Because I don't want to be at school. So she takes me home. I come running into my mom crying. I'm like, she's like, what's wrong? And I don't want to tell her because I'm like, I don't want her not to like him. But it was like, my mom keep asking me what's wrong, so I'm gonna tell her what's wrong. And I told her. And she just felt so bad for me and said, you don't need to be going through that. You need to leave him, this, that, and the third. And I listened to her for a little bit. And then, like, he's the type of person to manipulate you and get under your skin for you to get back with him. And me, being the naive 15-year-old that I was. Yo, I was not 15. I was 16 years old. And he was 18. No, he was 17. I was 16 and he was 17. That's what it was. So me being the naive 16-year-old I've always been naive my whole life, but I stopped going for that because you're not about to play me like an L no more. I'm not, no. Like, I lived and I learned. And never a fucking again. Then I get home, I'm crying to my mom. I go upstairs. Why is this dude on live crying? showing pictures of us together. Crickets, 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 crickets. Like side eye. Come on. Like, why are you on live crying? That just shows everybody that you're a B. Like, stop. But he got on live crying, showing pictures and videos of us, saying, I messed up. I should have never done that. And he saw me watching his live and he kept saying sorry to me and this, that, and the third. He wanted me to feel bad for him. And he knew that I would go for that because we have been together for a year at this point. So he knows me. So it's like he knows how to get under my skin. And he did. Because after that, I felt bad. How I feel bad for something that you did. That's a problem I need to work on for myself. I felt bad and I told my mom to take me to his house so I could talk to him. And I didn't want to go in the house because I just didn't. Like, I didn't want to see his mom. I don't even think his mom knew what was happening at the time. Well, I didn't want to go in there and start up nothing. So I just stayed outside. We was talking outside. I was standing up and I was telling him I don't want to be with him. Blase, blase. We was sitting down and we ended up sitting down, moving to the grass because it was like warm outside at this point. It was like March, April, May, something around there. We were sitting on the ground. I'm not looking at him because my eyes are so puffy. My face is red because I am light skinned. So my face is going to get red. So I'm not looking at him. I'm looking at the floor picking flowers and stuff. And me being the lovey-dovey person that I am, I'm picking flowers and putting them in his hair. This irritates me just thinking about it because, like, why did I go for that? Why did I go for that? You are so much better than that. And for people out there who are going through that, y'all are so much better than that. Like, please don't stay with somebody because you feel bad. You need to look out for yourself. You need to not worry about what they're feeling, what they're thinking about, because they didn't think about you when they did what they did. Or if you're in the same predicament as me, or was in the same predicament as me, then you're much better than that. And there's nothing else to say about it. You're much better than that. Don't go for that. So I'm sitting there picking flowers, putting them in his hair because I'm mad, but like at the same time, like I still want to stay with him because like we've been together for a year at this point. Like, that's a waste of time. So I was like, he won't do it again. I'm gonna apologize to him, or I'm gonna forgive him, but I'm not gonna forget. So we ended up talking, and I ended up forgiving him and saying it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay. And we went on from then. But that was a mistake because he did a lot of things after that. Shouldn't have even let it get to that point. I should have just broke up with him then and then left him alone. Because I kid you not, this was like, this took the worst toll on my life. Because I was putting all my energy into him, all my time into him, all my money, all my gas, all my, like, everything was going into him, and I was draining myself trying to make him happy, but he's not making me happy. And everybody in my family saw it, all my friends saw it, but I didn't see it. I mean, I did see it, but I just didn't want to believe it. So I just let it go. Which again was a huge mistake. But y'all are gonna have to tune in for part 2 for that, because If I keep going, it's gonna be a long video, like a 2-hour video. I kid you, it's so much to this story. Well, with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to become a Pooh Bear. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Because y'all not gonna wanna miss these next videos. Yeah, tune in for those. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. And I will see you in my next video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.
30 more later, then drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?